supports all the support all the functions such as stabilize blood glucose and support the digestive process. Meanwhile, main source of the carbohydrates for our body is foods of plant origins. So how are carbohydrates produced by plant? It is created by photosynthesis. Let's look at this picture to easier understand this process. The ingredient of this process include sun energy, carbohydrates from air, and water it takes from the soil to plant roots. And product of this photosynthesis are glucose and oxygen. Glucose is stored in the leaf and can also undergo further metabolism to form starch and fiber in the plant. With the addition of nitrogen from soil or air, glucose can also be transformed into protein. And that's all of my summary of photosynthesis. Thanks for your listening. If you have any question or feedback, you can ask and tell me.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Anyone have any questions for you? Do you have any questions? Yeah. Minh, do you have any question? No? Okay. That's really good, Ying. But I think one thing you should improve for better presentation is what? I know that you are reading from what you write down. But when you present something, I will stop sharing. Okay. When you talk, it's important to keep the listener or your audience to focus on the topic. How can you do it? How can you do it? How can improve the overall performance of our presentation to keep the listener or the audience to focus on our presentation. Firstly, your voice, yeah, you should have more energy when you speak, right? Okay, so I know that you read, but you need to highlight some important information and you should have some interaction with the audience. Focus on the topic, like the way, like you can ask some question. Do you know how can we have glucose from the leaf? Or you can ask, can you tell me where this glucose contain or store in a tree like this? So you have more engagement from the audience. First one for you. The second one, you need to have some interaction on the screen, like this. Um, I don't have I have the file here. So wait for me. Like I will here. Okay, because you just have a picture on the screen share to other. So it's very difficult for you to make interaction or you can make audience focus on your speaking or your presentation. So you have to use the mouse to keep their eye to focus on what you are speaking. Like when you talk about here the process, you talk about the result of the whole process. You can so the outcomes of the photosynthesis are glucose and oxygen. So you can make some explanation how many. So after a process, we will have one glucose molecules, and 6 oxygen created by the process. Okay, so you make interaction by moving your mouse here, like this, like this. Okay, and you can point from the first step, the second step, the third step, and the final result. It's more easier for the listener to follow what you are speaking about and what you want to say next. Okay, and when you stop, it's better if you have some summary. Okay, so I have I have tell you I have presented about the whole process of photosynthesis. So the main focus or the main results of this is the main results of this process is glucose, as you know, as I presented. And that's all my and that's the end of my presentation today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for you. If you have any questions, please send me. You are good at that. Okay. So I would love to explain a little bit in Vietnamese. Okay. Rồi, ok. Thứ nhất là Yến có bài trình bày là khá là tốt, đầy đủ thông tin. Tuy nhiên, để mà làm cho cái phần trình bày của mình á nó thêm thú vị hơn, lôi cuốn người nghe hơn. Ok, thì anh có một số ít tip như sau. Thứ nhất á, bây giờ cái mà hôm nay so với tuần trước Yến đã làm được gì? Tuần trước là Yến chưa có sự chuẩn bị kỹ, cho nên thành ra là trình bày cái kiến thức nó hệ thống nó cũng chưa có được mạch lạc, nói nó cũng chưa được mạch lạc ha. Tuần này kỹ hơn bằng cách ghi ra cái đó thì anh thấy nó tốt. Thì tại mình đang thực tập mà, mình thực tập nên mình ghi ra là bình thường, mình đọc trong những cái mình ghi là bình thường, tuy nhiên nó sẽ làm cho người nghe hơi bị không tập trung lắm. Thì để làm cho tập trung thì làm gì? Thứ nhất mình tăng cái năng lượng trong lúc mình nói, tăng năng lượng đó là một cái skill, chứ nó rất là khó để nó liền. Ví dụ làm sao để tăng năng lượng, mình phải quen với chủ đề đó, mình phải biết về chủ đề đó, rằng mình phải hiểu rõ được người nghe, và mình phải có cái sự chuẩn bị thì mình mới có năng lượng được. Ví dụ như mấy em học cao thì mấy em biết rồi, gặp nhiều cái hội đồng mà mình vô mình sợ không là mình hết năng lượng rồi. Còn gặp những cái hội nhóm bạn bè hay là mình là người dạy người khác thì năng lượng mình sẽ khác, nhưng mà năng lượng rất là quan trọng. Năng lượng rất là quan trọng, cực kỳ quan trọng. Sau này mới trình bày cái gì đó thì năng lượng cũng rất là quan trọng. Rồi cái thứ hai đó là để cho nó có năng lượng thì tất nhiên là bài này mới chỉ có một hình, bài tập về nhà mình chỉ có một hình thôi, nhưng mà nếu như mà có nhiều slide hoặc là có nhiều cái chú thích bằng cách là thêm thông tin, bằng cách thêm slide hoặc bằng cách thêm lý giải gì đó trên màn hình thì nó sẽ làm cho người nghe tập trung hơn. Rồi làm sao các bước mình giải thích, bước 1, bước 2, bước 3, bước 4 và cuối cùng là gì đó thì nó sẽ có sự liền mạch hơn ở trong cái giải của mình. Đại loại thì cái bài này với một cái hình như vậy, trình bày như vậy thì anh thấy là ok. Anh chỉ có comment thêm thôi ha. Trong cái series mà anh gửi cho các bạn đó thì nó có rất là nhiều cái kỹ thuật mẫu câu ở trong đó, thì các bạn có thể học theo ha. Okay. Okay, so today we will continue with speaking skills. I don't think that we need to read too much because what? Because it's quite easy here for you to read, and I am very happy if you can translate and send me the translation from the class material. So I will have something to talk with you. if you want to send me your translations, okay, how can do it? Now, if you want to improve your translation skills, you need to create a table like this. One column in English, another columns in Vietnamese. Okay, and I will use track change to see for you to see what I have read and for you. So it's very easy for me and for you to understand how to improve the translating skills. Okay, okay, okay. It's very easy. And this one, you understand me, Đăng Hương? Okay, okay, all right. So we will continue with our presentation skill. Now here, I created a file for you about carbohydrates. So what you need to do is you need to find information for you to present the topic in front of the class. So we have the first is the roles of carbohydrates. We have types of carbohydrates. We have simple sugar. We have example. We have the sugar and how the relationship of sugar and how. We also have this one is not really important, but I should delete it or you don't need to talk about it. We have complex carbohydrates, we have the whole grain, and what you need to do is try to present this slide in front of class. We need to know how to introduce the topic. So, for example, firstly, you need introduction. Hi class, my name is Chuyên. Today I will present the topic on carbohydrates. So it's introduction. In my presentation, I will talk about the roles of carbohydrate, the type of carbohydrate, and the classification of carbohydrates. Okay, so this is the classification, and that's all. We have three. Okay, I will list out more for you. So what I have outlined. Okay, so outlined, I will have the roles of carbohydrates, have the types of carbohydrates, and I also have okay, that's all. Okay, so in this presentation, I will talk about the roles of carbohydrates and types of carbohydrates. So we don't need to focus much in knowledge, but you should pay attention on how to present the topic. Okay, like this slide, we will talk about the topic. So in the present today, in my presentation today, I will introduce you an overview of carbohydrate. I will introduce you the roles of carbohydrates and some type of carbohydrate. Okay, that is short introduction or brief introduction. Giving short or brief a brief introduction about on the topic. Using okay, I would like to introduce information about okay, or in my presentation today, I will help you to understand firstly roles of and types of. We have a lot of phrase. Okay, you understand me? And this one is how to introduce the types of carbohydrates. Or you can say some very important vocabulary to talk about types. It's the classification. Classify, it's a verb. Categorize, category, and this one is noun and singular. And we have categories, noun, and plural noun. So you can talk about now I will talk about the classification of carbohydrates. Or if you want to introduce by making a question, so you can say how does how are carbohydrates classified like this? Or um, do you know how many categories of carbohydrates? Or you can make question, or you can make some introduction like now I will talk about the classification of something. Okay, so we have a lot of way according to your speaking abilities to talk about the topic, but you should remember classification có nghĩa là phân nhóm, classify có nghĩa là chia ra, or you can divide, có nghĩa là chia ra. Divisions, not division, but we don't use divisions for types. You can say there are 2 types, 3 types, or 4 types of something. Okay, it's very easy to say. And you have to remember this. Like here we have carbs can be classified in 3 general types. So in speaking, you should say they are. Or you can say in terms of, like this, in speaking, you can say type and they are. Or you can say in terms of. Okay, so in terms of 1, 2, and 3. This one is introduction about topic. Okay, this one is introduction types. Okay, so it's different. This one is introduction about topic, and this one is introduction about the types of category. Or here, in terms of sugar, starch, and fiber. And if you want to add more information on the topic, then sugar also is also called simple sugar places. And you keep continuing with, okay? This one's not from, it's not my work. It's from my course in Holland College, but I use this for English learning. Okay. All right. Are you ready with that? So with this slide, you need to introduce the topic, simple sugar, and you need to have brief explanation about the simple sugar, and you need to have some interpretation about the structure. So like this. So about the simple sugars, we have monosaccharides and disaccharides. And in the terms of monosaccharides, we have saccharides means sugar, mono mean one. Okay, and we have disaccharides mean two sugar because these mean two and saccharides mean glucose. The simple sugar includes monosaccharides and disaccharides. So, and here is will be digested quickly for fast energy when we eat it. Okay, or when enter to our body, the simple sugars are digested quickly in the liver for fast energy. Okay, you understand me? So this one is just the keyword, and you should add more information on that. And this one too. This one too. This one too. All right. So now we have two groups, and we will prepare for class in maybe 15 minutes. And with in one group, you should divide the roles of the speaker. Okay, now I will tell you. Bây giờ mình sẽ chia hai nhóm ha. Anh nghĩ ở đây cái thế mạnh của Minh và Mai, Thanh Mai là hai bạn anh hiện tại đang thấy là có cái kỹ năng thuyết trình khá là ổn ha. Thì hai bạn sẽ làm thành hai nhóm. Yến và bác sĩ Hương sẽ chia thành hai nhóm, và Uyên thì là nhắm mắt. Bây giờ hôm nay là ngày sinh nhật của em chọn vô nhóm nào anh cũng ok cho em hết đó. Hôm nay em sinh nhật mà mình sinh nhật với mừng xinh đẹp mình có quyền. Rồi bây giờ làm sao mà các bạn chuẩn bị là trong cái bài của các bạn chia thành nhỏ ra thành, ví dụ như là một bài như vậy thì thường mấy em trình bày khoảng cỡ 5 phút thôi, 5 tới 10 phút thôi, không nên dài hơn. Và mỗi người thì sẽ nói một chủ đề. Ok, được không? Mình có mấy cái college đó, các bạn có thể nói hết cũng được, thì tùy mấy bạn làm việc nhóm. Bài anh đã đưa lên trên group rồi, các bạn sẽ chuẩn bị trong vòng 15 phút, và sau đó mình sẽ trình bày trong lớp và mình sẽ tập nói ha. Đối với những bạn chưa quen nói thì mình viết ra mình có thể sử dụng Google Translate cái ý mà mình định viết cũng được, tại vì ví dụ như bạn chưa tới được cái khả năng mà bạn tự nghĩ ra để bạn nói, thì bạn có thể dùng nói bằng tiếng Việt mình muốn trình bày gì thì tiếng Anh nói như vậy, thì bạn sẽ tập nói tập nói. Còn các bạn khác đã nói được rồi thì bạn sẽ tập trình bày. Ok, và nếu mình thấy mình khó ở chỗ nào thì chứng tỏ chỗ đó là mình cần học. Alright, có bạn nào có câu hỏi gì không? Rồi bây giờ các bạn vào làm việc nhóm ha. Mình có hai nhóm ha. Uyên chọn vào nhóm nào, nhóm 1 hay nhóm 2? Chỉ cần nói số anh thôi. Nhóm 1 rồi, ok. Nhóm 1 anh sẽ assign Uyên vào, Minh vào và Hương vào. Ok, nhóm 2 thì còn hai bạn là Yến và Mai. Ok, một sự kết hợp hoàn hảo. Rồi các bạn thảo luận ở trong nhóm xem mình trình bày như thế nào ha, và mình cần cái cấu trúc gì, mình cần nói gì. Mình sẽ có 15 phút. Rồi bây giờ là 6 giờ 07 phút, và mình sẽ tới là 6 giờ 22 phút, 25 phút đi. Ok. Hi, welcome back. How are you doing? Okay, so I have a number for my own. Okay, so you guys, two groups, you choose between number 1 or 2. Nào, group của mình chọn number 1 or number 2. Just choose number 1 or number 2. Nào, bây giờ group của mình chọn số 1 hay số 2? Chọn số thôi, chọn số để coi nhóm nào trình bày trước thôi. Can you hear me?
Chắc là em thấy mấy anh chị trong tổ em chọn số 1 hết. 1 thẳng tiến.
Ok, số 1 trình bày trước. Rồi, xin mời, xin mời. All right, so now we will have the presentation of group 1. And you guys just write down anything, any ideas, any question that you need to ask for group 1. And you also need to write down anything that you think that they need to improve in their presentation. Okay, let's get started. Group 1. Group 1.
Wait.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so our group 1 is ready. I'm going to share the screen. Okay. It's okay, so just okay, so go ahead. Can you guys see screen?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so it's been a presentation for the first.
Yes. Hello everyone. Our group today consists of Phúc Minh, Dr. Lan Hương, and me, Chuyên. Today I will present on carbohydrates. In the first part, I will talk about the role of sugar and different types of sugar. Dr. Hương will discuss simple sugar and their relationship with health. In the final part, Minh will explain more about sweetener and the complex of sugar and grain. As we know, carbohydrates are the main energy source of the body, accounting for 40 to 60% of total energy. Carbohydrates provide 4 kilocalories per gram. Sugar play an important role. they are the primary fuel for the brain and the body. Sugar are stored in the liver as glycogen. You need enough carbs to fuel your body and brain so that protein and fats can be used for the other important function in the body. Next, let's explore the classification of sugar. Next slide. Next.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Today I will introduce about
Okay. Sorry, Lang. Carbohydrates are classified into three types: sugar, starch, and fiber. Next slide. A simple form of carbohydrates are called sugar. Large, more complex form are primarily called either starch or fiber, depending on their digestive release by human digestive enzymes. Starch are digestible, while fiber are not. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Hương to present.
okay. I will have you to understand simple sugar. Simple sugar, also called sugar. It can be classified in two terms of type, monosaccharide and disaccharide. When you eat simple sugar, digest quickly for fast energy. Here are some examples of simple sugar. White and brown sugar, honey maple syrup, molasses, fruit juice concentrate, and sugar sweetened beverage, and candy and other sweet. So how the simple sugar affect health? Sweetened food are often energy dense food. When you consume high sugar, it can lead to increased blood triglyceride, liver fat accumulation, increased body weight, and elevate the risk of type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease. It and to decay. Then Ming will have you introduce about complex sugar.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hương, to presentation for me about simple sugar, and thank you for Dr. Win have like generally about carbohydrates. So I will talk about complex carbohydrates. So carbohydrates has been classification. There are three types of carbohydrates: starch, fibers, and glycogens. So we go to the next. Sorry, I don't know. Okay. Okay. So starch. First thing we go to with starch. Starch consists of hundreds of glucose molecules broken down by the body, and it can be used. it can be used like it can be used for energy. Polysaccharides. Polysaccharides meaning there are poly is mean many, and saccharides meaning carbohydrates, and that's meaning like many carbohydrates try to like they are like stick together, form a big group, and it contains a lot of molecule of carbohydrates. And most common starches is made of long chains of glucose molecules, such as in bread, cereal, pasta, rice, crackers, starchy vegetable, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and corn. Those food contains a lot of polysaccharides. Okay, so we will move to the next one. Why it's not okay? Fibers. Fibers is the most common. Lots of people, maybe like for when I was don't learn to at medical school, I think fiber is not carbohydrates. But actually fiber is a carbohydrates. Fibers include non-straight polysaccharides such as cellulose, dextrin, inulin, lignin, chitins, pectins, beta-glucans, wapes, and oligosaccharides. Normally I have a problem with constipation, so I usually buy a lot of food supplement, especially food supplement have fibers, fibers that they use inulin and dextrin to cure the constipation. Normally I used to because I drink a lot of coffee. Yeah. And next we go to glycogen. So glycogen, I believe that if everybody use to bake a cake or cook or like a chef in restaurant or like learning to how to making food, glycogen is the thing that I believe that everybody knows because glycogen is a form of glucose, a main source of energy that your body source primarily in your liver and muscle. Your body needs a carbohydrates from the food you eat to form glucose and glycogen. And glycogen is the thing that it will make the food try to like a form. It normally people use for jelly, to make jelly. Okay. And whole grains is different. Whole grains like have okay, look at the picture on the right. So I will try to laser it. Actually I don't see the laser, so I just a laser. Okay, so just looking on the right, we can see this is the anatomy of brain. So it's there's above we see endosperm, and this is brain, and this is germ. So whole brains have all the parts of brain intellect. Brain like contains like flex of this is brain and endosperm and germ. It's refined brains like white bread and rice and just have an endosperm. And regular intake of whole grains food reduce the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and some types of cancer. That's the whole grains. Okay, so I will tell you a story about alternative sweeteners. Limited use of alternative sweetener is not harmful. In my knowledge, like one day we can consume 18 Coke, 0 sugar. 18 is the maximum. Yeah, according to I remember FDA, according to FDA, and it's like it's acceptable daily intake in the amount of sweetener that someone can consume without adverse effect. The effect of alternative sweetener ADI, on body weight and other health outcomes is unclear. Actually, it's not. There's some research, but in conclusion, they cannot get any to conclude that it's have an adverse to the body or destroy the health metabolisms like that. Canada Foods guys say sugar substitutes not needed for healthy eating. Okay, so this slide I will summarize the thing that we talked, that we discussed, and that's we presentation for you guys. So basically, carbohydrates is two types: simple and complex. The simple in monosaccharides and disaccharides. There are in monosaccharides that we have glucose, fructose, galactose, disaccharide, maltose, lactose, sucrose, and complex that I have presentation for you guys is polysaccharides, starch, fibers, and glycogen. And carbohydrates is the most important energy source to maintain our body, especially brain cells. Thanks to Dr. Wing has presentation for me and Dr. Lang Hung's presentation for me. I'll just summarize it. Okay, thank you for your attention. That's our group presentation.
That's great. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Actually, I
Sometimes-
forget to notes about the whole range. I should explain more the endosperm and brand and germ. Yeah, it should be more.
Okay, so that's great. Do you have any questions for a quick one? Or you guys had any question after you finish your presentation? Oh. Okay, so here was I want to. So yeah, how to improve your presentation. Obviously we have a lot of thing to talk about it, but I just need to focus on some of very important thing. I have some more here. Okay, I will put here some more here. Okay, here. All right. As I said, when we're talking about how to improve or how to present a topic properly and effectively, we have allow some criteria. Do you know the word criteria? Good. Okay. We have allowed some criteria to talk about, but I just in general speaking, we have some that I need you to finish for today's lesson is how to introduce the topic. Okay, so today you just need to focus on how to introduce the topic. That's what Thing and whom Thing can talk about. The topic. Now let's talk about what you have done so far. So firstly, you have 13 minutes for your presentation. Is a little bit longer than 10 minutes that I want you to do. Okay, we just need 10 minutes to introduce, but anyway, 30 minutes. It's not too bad, but you should improve the time for presentation for short topic. Design. Okay, we don't talk about it because I provide the presentation for you, and I see some improvement through your presentation of my slides. Is great. Okay. What you did well, what you did well is your introduction is perfect. You have group member introduction, you have group's topic introduction, and you have topic outline. and you introduce you the first part and Lang Hương next part, and lastly Minh will present something. So it's good. I don't really remember what you said before, but you did it. Okay, so it's very good. Group member introduction. Our group includes me, Lang Hương, and Minh, and we will talk about something. And first part I will talk about. The second part, Dr. Lang Hương will continue with the topic, and the last part, Minh will continue with that. So, okay, introduction is good. Energy. Who want to improve your energy? Who? Ring and Lang Hương. Okay, especially Lang Hương. You're so shy, so lovely, so you need more energy. Okay, you need more energy through your speaking. Being it's good. You have the good voice and loud enough for everybody can hear you. Okay, but interaction. I mean, you need some improve on how to interact with other member in your groups. Why? Because you don't need to say, next slide, please. Next slide, please. How to let Minh knows you need to change. You have some phrase like, in the next slide, I will talk about the importance of carbohydrates. So Minh will know, okay, you need to change to the next slide. You guys understand me? Okay. When you are the speaker and you don't change the slides, and you just need to have some notification gently, like, okay, now we will move to the next part. So Minh will understand. Okay, so he need to move to the next part. Minh, understand me? Do you understand me?
Yes,
Okay.
understand clearly.
Okay. So you don't need to notify it. Okay, next slide. Now, good point. Tuyên and Hương and Minh, obviously, I can understand fully what you said. Okay, that's good. And I'm the Vietnamese English speaker, so the native English speaker can understand you more. Okay, so it's good for you and clear enough. But some very seriously think, starch, not scratch.
Yeah, scratch is like. Thank you.
Okay, so
I'm so sorry about that. I
starch.
mispronunciations. If
Alright.
it's wrong, starch.
Okay.
Intact.
Yeah.
Like. There's the ending sound. Like. Yeah. Sometimes I mispronounce this.
Yeah.
Whole rains.
No. I mean,
Oh.
intact mean the whole. If we talk about intact, like no, intact mean no damage. Okay, có nghĩa là sự toàn vẹn. Intact có nghĩa là toàn vẹn. Like not ending sound, but you often say like, I will talk about the carbohydrates, like we have like it's pretty good if you use it in communication, but in professional presentation you don't use it.
Oh yeah,
Never use
and now I understand that.
Yeah.
Because like it's commons and like I know
like
I understand now. You know, like oh no, okay.
okay,
You know,
so
okay.
you can continue. Share your experience.
Actually, I always use that. I usually use that because I don't know. it's stuck in my blood. I don't know, it's stuck in my veins, so it's hard
Yep.
to get out.
Yep. because you speak English fluently and naturally, so you have like. But anyway, professionalism don't like. Okay.
Sometimes I will change such as, for example,
For example, for instance. Now, good point is you share your experience while presenting the idea. I love that. So it's a very good way to interact with the audience and make the audience to focus on the presentation. From my own experience, before entering the medical university, I didn't know that fiber is a type of carbohydrate. But you can see that in this topic here, fiber is a type of carbohydrate. I love that. I love that idea. Sharing about your experience, your life, and your knowledge. For example, if my friend served me well, from the guidelines of Canadian food guide, they allow us to use 18 euro calorie cook a day without harm your body. So this is very good to have example. About the questions. So in your presentation, I really don't remember exactly what you asked it, but you did have questions to raise the concern, to make the audience focus on the topic that you want to talk about. For example, so do you know how many carbohydrate types we have? Let me tell you about the classification of carbohydrates. So the questions, you raise concern, you raise interest, an interest of your audience on the topic. It's really good. Anyway, we have a great presentation today, and we have the very good example of low energy with Hung and Uyên, and moderate to high energy from Ming. Okay. And what I need you to focus is introduce the topic. So you just need to focus on. Hi everyone, today my groups will introduce information on carbohydrates. And our groups includes me, Dr. Meng, and Dr. Lan Hương. And I will be responsible for the first part about the classification of carbohydrate. Dr. Lan Hương will continue with the topic on the roles of monosaccharides, and Dr. Meng will give you some example about some harmful behavior using the carbohydrate in the real life. And I will start with my first part. Okay, so it's very simple and effective. Any question? No?
Maybe like can we like have like homework, like making again repair I mean like preparation for next presentation maybe, because
Yes.
I have just been back and I don't
Okay,
anything.
don't worry. Yeah, don't worry, because we also have another group that is group 2. Group 2 in and my have more time for tomorrow presentation. Okay, so tomorrow presentation, like we did before, we will have short presentation in 10 minutes, just 10 minutes. Remember energy, Remember, introduction, good introduction, group introduction, topic introduction, outline introduction. And remember, you should have some phrase. For example, in the next slides, I will talk about. In the next part, Dr. Mai will talk about. Or something to make the audience knows that you want to change the topic, you want to change the speaker. And that's all for today. Any question? Các bạn có câu hỏi gì không? Hôm nay các bạn làm tốt ha. Đó, lớp mình nghe nói tiếng Anh rất là tốt, cho nên thành ra mình có điều kiện để mình học hơn những cái khác ngoài cái việc mà học từ vựng. Anh thấy từ vựng có gì tao học nhiều, đúng không? Rồi, anyway, anh có nói một cái điều mà hồi nãy anh nói bằng tiếng Anh, anh sợ có thể anh nói các bạn nghe không hiểu, hoặc có thể các bạn chưa hiểu kịp, hoặc có thể là các bạn quên, là mặc dù mình không học đọc và dịch trong lớp nhiều, ví dụ như bài ngày hôm nay mình không học đọc dịch nhiều, bài hôm trước cũng vậy, mình học từ vựng không à, nhưng anh rất là welcome những cái bài mà các bạn tự dịch và gửi cho anh, vì những cái phần mà anh đã cắt ra ở trong sách anh nghĩ là vừa phải với các bạn trong một tuần đọc. Nên là giữa cái đọc hiểu và đọc để dịch ra, hai cái vấn đề này nó hơi khác nhau, tại vì khi mà các bạn dịch ra thì các bạn sẽ cần trau chuốt cái nội dung hơn. Còn ít bữa khi mà anh hướng dẫn tới đọc hiểu để áp dụng cho việc học á, thì nó là khác. Bây giờ mình cần đọc dịch, bạn nào cần cải thiện kỹ năng dịch thì cứ dịch ra và gửi cho anh. Bạn nào chỉ đọc hiểu và đọc xong mà không hiểu, đọc xong mà không nhớ, đọc mà thấy nó chậm quá, thì mình cũng sẽ đi tới những cái kỹ năng đó, những kỹ năng để đọc để học nó khác với đọc để dịch ha. Ok, và anh rất là welcome các bạn. Có thể là khi mà các bạn gửi cho anh thì anh phản hồi nó hơi trễ tí, nhưng mà anh chắc chắn sẽ sửa bài cho các bạn để các bạn thấy được cái vấn đề của bạn, để các bạn keep continue with your translating behave habit, not behavior. Rồi, anh có một xíu cái cập nhật là có thể tuần sau mình sẽ nghỉ một bữa, tại vì tuần sau là anh quay trở lại Canada, cho nên thành ra là anh không nghĩ là khi mà anh tới thì anh có thể ready anh học cùng các bạn, nhưng mà có thể do vậy cho nên mình có thể nghỉ bữa hôm thứ Bảy tuần sau nha. Có thể như vậy, anh thông báo trước rồi để các bạn có lịch trình gì các bạn có thể sắp xếp cho riêng các bạn. Ok, nếu mà mình không có bất kỳ câu hỏi nào nữa thì bài về nhà, bài đọc đối với các bạn mà cần đọc để hiểu hơn về nội dung ngày hôm nay thì các bạn đọc trong bài anh đã gửi cho bạn. Nó đầy đủ, rất là đầy đủ, và nó cũng dễ nữa. Rồi ngày mai mình sẽ chờ bài presentation của các bạn nha. Anh nghĩ là với part 2 của mình á, mình có thể tập trung vào một số cái kỹ năng cơ bản trong cái việc viết bằng được, dần dần được. Anh nghĩ là lớp mình hoàn toàn có thể đi chuyện đó được. Ok, bye, have a good night, see ya.
Goodbye.
That's it.